welcome back to Up the Villa podcast. Welcome to AVFC Daily News, your little daily dose of Villa news, updates, breaking news, noise from transfers that we've been linked with. So you'll find it here on this channel. You seem to be really enjoying it as well, which is a bonus. That's good. Yesterday's video went down an absolute storm, didn't it? Absolute storm. Everybody got so much from it. I even went back on that video to have another little look at something, and I'd seen that like the views had like shot up, and I was like, oh my god, everybody has been watching it. So yeah, we had a really good one yesterday, didn't we? A daily news show. It was really sort of educational on what Chris Heck can do, and I think it's good. I think it's good that we can watch and learn and understand and sort of get a glimmer about what he's all about personality-wise, what he's done for the 76ers, etc. Because when these people come into the club, you get a little statement, don't you? And unless you do your own research and can understand a bit about them, they just go into the background and you just see a little statement every now and again. So I think it's really good that we got to see a little bit about what he's all about. So absolutely brilliant stuff. We had a Kudus transfer rumour dropped last night as well. That's gone down really, really well. And it does now feel, doesn't it, that the window's now hotting up a little bit. I think we had a flurry of rumours, went a little bit quiet for about a week or two. It now does feel like it's sort of hotting up and the rumours are getting a little bit noisier. There's a little bit of noise. There's new ones popping up. And I think we're starting to now see the window start evolving a little bit. And what I mean by that is you get the flurry of free transfers, the transfers that players are out of contract, they tend to move. There's a lot of sounding out. There's a lot of, we're interested in, you put your feet in the court, don't you, etc. And you just sound it out, maybe walk away. Then you can sort of think, okay, that might be interesting. We can go back, and then you sort of start to do the real business end of a transfer. And I think because what's happening now is sort of we're starting to get towards the end of the players' breaks now, aren't we? So if I had to have a look at our calendar of what I'm expecting, Aston Villa play their first pre-season friendly against Warsaw on the 15th of July. Now, that friendly is normally a friendly where you see a couple of youth players. So you see a couple of, I think last season we saw Cameron Archer get a goal, didn't we? We saw a couple of like youth players playing that game with the first teamers. So the first week back for Villa will be the youngsters and first teamers. But then the first teamers that have been out on the international break, they will probably get an extra week or two off. I mean, McGinn's played. They've already had a bit of a break, but then they've played a friendly for their countries. So I'm guessing they might get an extra week or two. So reading between the lines of what I might expect to see, I reckon Villa will be back on the 10th. So Monday the 10th of July. And then they will have a game on the 15th. That's what I think. I can't see them being back this week. I reckon it'll be the 10th. And then you'll start to see the rest of them coming back, getting ready for the American tour. So I think the base, the body, the whole of the squad will be back ready for the American tour. So they'll all be going on that. But what I'm trying to get at is Emery will want certain players in before we go to America. So we've really got not that much time to get some players in before we go to America. Yes, players will join probably maybe while we're in America or after America, but I imagine he will sit down and think, I want some to go on that tour with me. It is quite important that new players are on that tour because that's when he'll be doing the base, foundations, fitness, getting them to the levels. He will be really working tactically with them as well, which is really, really important. I mean, how important is going to be like a pre-season tactically under Unai Emery? I mean, it just sounds like a dream to them players to me. So that's the point that I'm trying to get at. So I do think the next 2 weeks, got a feeling for next week as well, we are going to start to see someone coming into this football club. So the base of this video, Pau Torres release clause. Aston Villa are willing to pay the 65 million release clause for Pau Torres. This is coming from Pedro Morata and Partizo Scope. It is also coming from Nicolo Chira. Aston Villa are interested in Pau Torres, who could leave Villarreal. Emery and Monchi loves him and have already opened talks. So we've got 2 open links there that Aston Villa are ready to pay the release clause for Pau Torres. So this one really excites me. I think, again, it excites the whole fan base. Everybody, I think, really rates Pau Torres. He would be an absolutely fantastic footballer to come into Aston Villa. I think when you're thinking of players, and everybody gets excited about wingers, defence strikers, but this would be our record signing, and I think he would be absolutely remarkable. We know you need a spine. So you need a spine in any team. You need a solid spine. And with defenders such as Konsa, Mings, Pau Torres, it would be class. I mean, his football vibes on the pitch, his passing range, his calmness, his reading of the game is just absolutely tremendous. And he would improve our football team. And that's the main thing, isn't it? Players come in that can improve the football team. Question marks, where does he play? Does someone move to right back? I've been saying it all window that if a centre-back comes into the club, then I think we might see a right back, a player moving to right back. I think we'll tweak it, we'll move it around, but I would absolutely love Pau Torres in. I think he'd be brilliant. The fee, 65 million. His contract is up next season as well, so I know that it's a lot of money for someone whose contract's up, but I would imagine that they would do what we did to Dougie. If he doesn't leave, then he would sign a new deal, and then he'd get to leave in the summer for maybe a bit less of a 65, maybe like a 40 or a 35. So that's how I see it playing out. Bayern Munich are interested, but I cannot see Bayern Munich willing to pay 65 million for a centre-back. I just don't think that they would spend that much money on a centre-back. So, I think where we're at is I think possibly Bayern Munich have spoke to him. Villa have spoke to him. There's only one club at the minute that are willing to pay the 65 million. So I think once Villa get the go-ahead from Pau Torres, then I think Villa will put that bid in. It's just too much noise around Pau Torres for me. The link comes and it goes, it comes and it goes. It just keeps doing that. And for that to happen, there's just too much in this. And I just think you got that quote from Nicolo Chira that Emery and Monchi love him. So if they both love him, they both want him, we're willing to pay, then I'd put the money in. And, when I saw Pau Torres for the Villarreal game, I was thoroughly impressed with him when he came on in that second half. I just thought, when you just look at a player, you're like, you're good, man. The game just slowed down. It was like the whole thing was in slow motion. Every time he got the ball, he got that much time to just ping it where he wanted to. So, yeah, great player, great update, great bit of news, I think, if this one could come off as well. So, I've got to say, cheers, everybody who has been supporting me and this channel. Your support is just, I can't thank you enough. It's just absolutely massive, to be fair. So, cheers for just getting on this journey over the off season. The content that we put out in the season when it's on, it's constant. So during this time, it's about us looking at players, looking at links, looking at the team, looking at news, etc. So I thank you all for all of that as well. A little bit of news on the channel. We have been working behind the scenes, getting ready for next season, sort of branding, etc., getting all of our images ready. So They are all sorted now. We have got all of our normal content that is going to be coming next season. So, as follows: match preview, predicted lineup, opposition preview. We've got the press conference. We have got match reaction, fan cams, player ratings, the debrief, and football phoning. That is going to be your standalone weekly content. But we have two brand new concepts which will be coming each week. So I'm not going to tell you what they are, but we like to bring you a new concept every single season that you can interact with. So we brought you the season before last, the predicted lineup, where you can interact and put your players into the team and share them on social media. We brought you that one. Last season, then we brought you player ratings. So after the games, you can go on and rate your players and do the player ratings. We then have a new concept coming to the channel, fully interactive, and I think it's probably going to be one of your favourite ones. So we've got that coming and a little extra content coming as well. Then we have the Europa Conference content coming as well. So stacked content. We are improving. We are giving you more content. So all we ask for is you subscribe and like the videos. That is it. So just thought I'd give you a little bit of a heads up at where we're at, what we got going on. So, you know, all the normal content is sticking around, plus 2 extras as well. So have a good day. Up the Villa.